Now what I am going to do that I am going to put pavers over here to find out the uniformly distributed load. So I will put it here. This is the this is showing the uniformly distributed load. So let me put another paver over here. So how can I do it? First of all, you have to find out the weight of the paver. And how can you do that? Let me show you. This is the weighing balance. So I will put this paver over the weighing balance. And now it has become 2.3 kg. For example, if it is 2.3 kg, so you have to convert it into the actually this is you are getting the point load of this. So let me put it 2.3 kg and I have to check it out its weight, and its weight is coming out 2.1 kg. So when I put it 2.1 and 2.3, so how will it becomes 4.4 kg. So I will put this weight over here and this weight is over here. So now it is become uniformly distributed load, and its total length is from, for example, I am taking it from the scale. So now it has become what? It has become 39 centimeter. So if it is 39 centimeter, so what does it mean by that? The uniformly distributed length is 39 centimeter, and obviously you have to divide it with 100 to make it convert it into the meter. And the weight of this these pavers you have to add it, and when you add this weight, try to take the same weight pavers, so it will be easier for you and you will get the correct answer. So this is the way to put the uniformly distributed load over here. So how can you do the calculation? I will explain you in the next video. Hopefully you will understand it and you will get the support reactions from there. And now it's up to you. You can do various cases. You can put this uniformly distributed load at the center, at the start, at the end. So you can do it. So it's up to you wherever you are taking it, and you can find out there are support reactions from the weighing balance. Whatever the weight, you can see the weight is increased and it is now become 4.9 kg, and the next one is the 4 kg. So you can see the weight is now changed from 2.2 and 2.3 kg. So obviously the weight of the paper is coming out, so you will get the support reactions from this beam. Simple experiment in which what you have to do, whatever you have done in the experiment number 3, you have taken point loads. Now what you are going to do, you will use pavers for the uniformly distributed load, and for this purpose what you have to do, you have to weight this one paver at the weighing balance, and you will get the weight of this weighing of this paver. So when you will get the weight of this paver, so you have to convert it into its Newton per meter. So how can you do that? If you are getting your weight in kg, so you have to multiply it 9.81 meter per second. So if you are getting what you have to do, you have to divide with distance, so you will get the weight which I told you when we are making numericals. So let me tell you here in this Newton per meter. So when you will get it, so you obviously the distance will be 100 centimeter if you are taking your two pavers. So if it is coming at 39 centimeters, so you will take that distance. Keep it in mind, you have to take equal weights paver. So what you have to do here, so you will take this weight, and you whatever we have done, we have to find out support reactions. So you will get your support reactions from this weighing balance. In this experiment, what you have to do, you have different cases. For example, you have to take uniformly distributed load in the start. You can take all the uniformly distributed of all the pavers, put all the pavers on the beam, and in the other case you have you can put 2 or 3 pavers here, and you will take 1 point load, means you have to take one hanger over here at whatever the distance you want to take it. Because I have taken x over here, that's why. So here you can take L by 3, so 100 divided by 100 centimeter divided by 3, so you can take this distance. So you will put paver here, this is x, this is x. So at center you will take point load will be here, and uniformly distributed load here. You will take a paver at the center, and point load is at L by 4, L by 4. So this is another case. You are going to take all the beam pavers on the throughout the beam, and then take 2-point loads L by 6 at L by 6 distance. So these are the cases. You have to find out the support reactions practically, and then you have to calculate these values analytically. And I told you how can you do that analytically. You have to do show all the calculations. Then you have to draw shear force and bending moment diagrams on the Excel sheet, and you have to attach with it, and you have to draw it on the paper as well, because you have blank spaces there in your manuals. So you can draw your graphs, shear force and bending moment diagrams or graphs on the paper as well. Obviously, before putting on the Excel, you have to draw it on the paper first, and then you when you will get verified is it okay, so you will draw it on the MS Excel. So this is the way you can do it, and please discuss the conclusion over here, but don't write the definition or procedure in the conclusion. It is observed that I already told you. So how can you do this? And you have to discuss whatever the, if you are changing the load, and if you are changing or position changing the position of the pavers on the beam, so what are the support reactions is coming out. So you have to do it like this. This is experiment number 11. And if you want to add another column over here, percentage error, which we have taken in the truss apparatus or the simply supported beam where we were taking point loads, so you can add it over here. It's up to you. Thank you so much. Hopefully you will understand it.